Morning, folks. Happy St. Patty's Day. Morning, America. Morning, Ireland. Morning, Ireland. How we doing today? Yeah, let's get you turned around here. Come on. There we go. How y'all doing today? We're out here at the shop, and just going to give you a quick update today about, well, I always say a quick update, and it always ends up being an hour-long video. But I'm going to do an update on what I've got done around here in the last week or so. Things are starting to come together. I'm feeling good about the bus. There's times when you sit there and look and say, I'll never get this thing done. And you know, it's just, it drags on a little bit, you know. But, things have come together this week, and things are looking good, all right? Things are looking good. Let's see here. Don T. Rump, the rig's looking good. How do you know? You haven't seen it yet. Let's see here. Morning, boss. There we go. Hey, let's go see who's first. Don T. Rump, Morning America. Morning America. That's Don T. Rump was first today. Brenda was second. Sweet and Talking Classic. Morning, y'all, from Southern Ohio. Ken Moritz. Wait a minute. Did I make Brenda? Yeah, Brenda's a moderator. Here we go. Yeah, the storms. Ken, yeah, Afternoon America. Everyone was a little concerned about y'all in Texas with those storms last night. Yeah, this place got pounded last night, hard. I wasn't out here, but I was watching it on the radar. I'm thinking, man, oh man. But so far, I haven't seen anything damaged, tore up, or nothing. So no more trees falling down. I don't think. I haven't really looked that well, but yeah, it's muddy. Got a lot of rain. The pond, my pond runneth over. Down there at the bottom of the hill, we got that little pond and a little water tank for the cattle. And mercy. All right, let's see. Where was last time I talked to you? It was last Friday down there from Houston. Let's see. Carly came in first in the first round, and then what they do is it's kind of like a bracket, like in racing bracket or something, elimination bracket. You'll have group 1, 2, 3, and 4, of these different heifers. Well, she won her round of, I don't know, let's say she was in group 3, okay? She won her round. They take the winners of those rounds and put them together and then rejudge them, and she didn't place on that one. And I don't know how many were involved with that, but she didn't get first, second, or third. That's the only ones that count, really, I guess. And then after that's like an honorable mention. So, but she got first in her group, and then the next round she didn't place. All right, let's see. Grady got third in his group, and of course, when you're third, you don't go on to the next round. Okay, I think only the winners go on to the next round. I'm not sure exactly how it all works. I'm not real big into that, but and I'm sure they changed. Different places have different rules and everything. But let's see, what else was there? And then Junior came in fourth on his group. So they won a little bit of prize money, but kind of covers the feed, I think, or something. I'm not sure how all that works. That's all Paul's business. I don't know, but I think they made a little bit of money on it. And then let's see, and because they didn't actually win, their grand champion win. They brought the cows back home, and they're going to go to other shows. Now, I think the winner of the thing is obligated to put the animal up for sale at the auction that goes on toward the end of the event. So something like that. I don't know. I tried to ask different questions. Of course, everybody's running 100 mile an hour trying to get things done, and I couldn't ask Paul. He was way too busy. So. But anyway, had a good weekend. Anyway, put it that way. Come back on Saturday, and when I got up here, I had somebody squatting on my property. Now, you remember when I went up to Wisconsin and worked up there last year? I had about 4 or 5 days off, and I went up into the UP and did all the videos from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And one of the videos, I stopped by Kim. Stopped by his house, his little compound out in the woods. And anyway, he left there last fall when it started snowing and everything. He hightailed the heck out of there and came down to Quartzsite. He was down there in Arizona for a month or two. Well, he was leaving there. I left and came back here, and then a few weeks later, he left and started working his way east, over to Louisiana. He's over in Louisiana right now, going to his son's funeral. Wedding. Son's wedding. I'm just joking, folks. But it was going over to his son's wedding over in Louisiana. He's getting married to a Louisiana girl, I guess. And but anyway, on the way, he stopped here and there and there and here, and he stopped by here for a few days. So he got here Saturday. He stayed Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and then on Wednesday morning, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, he packed up and headed down to Houston. He knew another friend down by Houston, so he went down to visit him, and then on over to Louisiana. And I got a Facebook yesterday that he was over in Louisiana. So anyway, with that, we got a lot done. Okay, so he showed up on Saturday. Sunday we furred around, did a few different things, and which we're going to show you. Or I'm going to show you here in a minute. And then did some cleanup around the shop here. I just needed to get it done. Before we went to Houston on Wednesday, we left on Thursday to go down to Houston. So on Wednesday I come out here and I thought, the bluebonnets are getting ready to come up, and all the grass out there in the ditch where a lot of bluebonnets are, the grass is real tall from last year. It's just 2 or 3 foot tall grass out there. It just grows up in the ditch and everything, and I'm not around here to mow it that much. So, and the cows can't graze out there. So anyway, I went out there and mowed that ditch. I mowed it about 3 times to get it all cut down good and clean and everything. And about got stuck a couple times down in the bottom of the ditch. You're standing in water, so it was a little muddy. But anyway, got that all mowed up. So now grass is only about 3 or 4 inches tall, and the bluebonnets should be able to tuck themselves right up through there and be real pretty here in a few more weeks. But because of the chillier weather, they're being slow because of the colder weather. It's been chilly today it's only 50-something degrees, about 52, I think, or something. It was down in the 30s this morning, last night. So, yeah, it's cool. Now, I know that's nothing compared to what's going on in Wisconsin and Minnesota and stuff, but still, for Texas in March, it's usually 70 degrees and stuff, and that's, anyway. And it'll get back up there in about a few more days, a week or whatever. It'll be back up into where it should be, I guess, or what's normal. But it's a little chilly right now. So anyway, got that all mowed, and while I was mowing, I thought, well, I just keep on going. I'm all dusty and dirty from the mower kicking up grass and everything. So I just went ahead and mowed the whole yard. So not the whole 15 acres, just the 4 acres around the shop here. So I mowed that all up and got the old dead grass off of here so the new green grass can grow up through there. And once it gets up to a certain height, I'll open the gate and let the cows in here, and they'll have some big old crunchy green grass to jump on. So anyway, we got that done and went over. I don't want to walk out there too far because it's windy today. But as you can see, let's get out here where you can see. Yeah, that tree right there, I had a big old tall tree right in there, and about 2 years ago, half of it broke off. And there it is right there. The darker wood on the bottom, this wood down here, that's from 2 years ago, and I cut it up about a year ago. And this is all the wood we cut up today because the rest of the tree fell over about a year ago, and it's been laying out there. And if you look real close, you can see right in here all the grass, where the bark and all that kind of stuff is. That'll eventually just rot into the ground, and whatnot. And then I had a tree right here. This group of trees right here, I had one that was growing up like this. Well, it broke over, fell over, and it was all in this area right over here. So anyway, that's more of that tree. So we cleaned that up. Then I got another broken branch over here, and I didn't bother getting it because it's kind of hard to get to. And then I had a tree limb on that tree right there was broke. And I had a whole bunch of scrap, pieces of wood and everything. So we brought it over here on Tuesday. It was real calm on Tuesday. And I come over here and we burned and burned and burned and burned. We burned all day long, burning trash and junk and wood, tree branches and stuff like that, little small stuff, finger-sized stuff, and burned and burned and burned all day long. And it's so nice to get rid of all that junk and clean the place up. And then all the stuff that I've been buying for the bus, the big water tanks, okay, they came in a cardboard box. They've been sitting back in the back room back there. Brought them out, burned them. The box that went around the refrigerator, burned it. Got rid of all that junk, you know. So it's all cleaned up. And then while all the fire was going, Kim goes up in his van, his bus or RV or whatever, his truck. He gets up in his rig and he starts cooking dinner. You know, I didn't know he was doing it. I thought he took a nap or something. So I come down here and I started cleaning up on the floor and all the floor. I got all swept out, got the leaf blower and blew all the dust and dirt out of here. So it's clean. It's not a straightened up shop. It's still scattered, but I'll get a lot of the trash and the junk and the sawdust and scrapped wood and all that kind of little small pieces of wood and stuff that I was going to burn. We gathered that all up, threw that on there and burned it. So I got all that done. So a lot of work around the shop and on the property and everything, just getting things done there. And then come Monday, I had talked last week, about a week and a half ago, I went into my welder friend and talked to him about getting the hitch put on the bus. So he said, well, I'm busy right now, call me next week. Well, I called him next week and he says, all right, I can get you in next Monday, which was 4 days ago, this past Monday. So we drove the bus up there. Kim followed me in the van and we dropped it off, and he had a helper there to do everything. He had to take the bumper off and get under there and weld it all up, and he bolted and welded it both. It's on there good. So anyway, he took all day Monday to do that. He only worked on it for about 3 hours. We had other things come in and go, and he had a friend of his, one of his landlord came in, needed something done. So he stopped working on mine and went over to working on that. Anyway, he says, he called me later in the evening. He says, can I just keep it overnight and you pick it up in the morning sometime? Okay. So we went back over about 10 o'clock Tuesday morning, picked the bus up, and I'm right there close to Pam's, only a couple miles from her house. Let's swing by and fill the water tanks up and see how everything's, now that I've got everything working, the sink is hooked up, the faucet's hooked up, the water heater's hooked up, everything's hooked up. Let's put water in it and see if we got any leaks. Boy, did I have a leak. We get in there, I'll explain what happened there. But it's easier to just show you. But anyway, I had a nice little old leak and I had to take that out and had to back up and punt. So I was almost to a point where I was thinking I was just going to take that one tank out and just, I have 3 65-gallon tanks, which is 195 gallons. And I was thinking about just taking that tank out and under Pam's bed, and that would be just storage underneath there, But I saw, well, I think I can repair this. So anyway, I fixed it, put it back in there, and all's good. So I still got all 3 tanks working. So anyway, I get in there, I'll show you what happened. But what else? Got the kitchen, I want to say completely done. It's done enough, okay? I still have to do the overhead cabinets where, I put overhead stuff. But more pressing things are, there's other things that are more important than that. Mainly the door. I got to get that door fixed, lockable. So that's one of the things I'm going to work on here probably this weekend. Today, after I get off the video with you, I'm going to paint. That's all I'm going to do today is paint. I'm going to paint and paint. And show you when we get in there, show you what I'm going to paint on. So let me read a few comments real quick, and then we'll get to the bus. Okay. Oh, got me a new lighter. I had this kind of lighter, micro torch. Okay, it's a little single. Okay, you see that? Where are we at here? There we go. I don't know if you can see that or not. Here's the torch. Anyway, I bought this. It went bad. The other one went bad. The clicker quit working, So I went and bought this one, and this thing works good. Too good, okay? It's got 4 jets, okay? Instead of 1 jet, it's got 4 jets. This one has a huge fuel tank. This one's got a little bitty fuel tank. So it's like I'm constantly refilling this thing, and I don't need 4 4 jets to light a pipe. So it's wasting butane, and it's just, it works great. And it's nice, and it's small, and it's the Cricket, you know, remember Men in Black, the first Men in Black, and Will Smith, he goes in and Tommy Lee Jones hands him, here, you can have that one. He goes, what? This little old thing? Come on, you got that big one, big old rifle looking thing, and I get this? And he goes, nah, it's called the Cricket, try it. Kaboom! So I call this the Cricket. But it works too good, just like the one in that movie. It just works too good because it's got 4 jets on it. So I went and bought another one of these. I really like these. They got 1 jet. You fuel them up. They last for a month. It doesn't waste butane, and it just works good, you know. So anyway. Fire is fire, I guess. Yeah. So anyway, let's see here. Let's see. Fill 3 of them up with glue. Oh yeah, the jet. No, I'm gonna do that. I like it. I like how it works. You know, it's. Well, we'll keep that one for special occasions. I keep that for quartzite, sitting around a campfire at quartzite. How do you think? Super glue's great. Okay. Okay, let's see. Busy, happy Green Day. Oh, and another thing, it's St. Patty's Day. I ain't got a bit of green on nowhere. Oops. I just realized it right before I started to go live. I'm like, man, I ain't got no green on nowhere. So, yeah, anyway, pinch me, I guess, right? Ain't nobody around here to pinch me. Let's see. What are you smoking in the pipe? Backer. Just tobacco. What brand is it? It's a mix of different stuff right now. It's all super value, the cheap stuff. You know, I bought some really nice tobacco once, and you know I couldn't tell the difference. You know, so I just keep the cheap stuff, and that one there is a mix of something like American honey and whiskey Cavendish or something like that. I don't even remember anymore. But anyway, but just old tobacco. Everybody thinks, you know. See, if it was something else, I wouldn't light it this way. I'd light it this way. You know what I mean? So no, decaf tobacco. There you go. There you go. Decaf tobacco. Kind of like my decaf coffee. Let's see. Yeah, I just had green in my hand. What did I just have green in my hand? I had this in my hand. That's not green. I had this. Oh, this here. Okay, yeah. That's not. I'm not wearing green. Is what I'm getting at. Oh, hello, fellow Sasnakians. I like Sasnakians. When I did that questionnaire one time at poll, what do you know? Everybody went with snack pack. But I like Sasnakians, but oh well, you guys are the boss. So, let's see here. Pick up green beer on the way home. There you go. I'm not drinking. I'm on that diet. I'm down in the 250-ish range. 252, 255. This morning I was 255. So I've lost about 20 pounds since I came back from quartzite. So in a month, you know, a little over a month. So yeah, what is today? 17th? A month and 3 days. I left a month and 3 days ago. I left to come home. In a month, I've lost 20 pounds, and I feel better. But I still got about 50 pounds to go, about 40 or 50 pounds to go. I want to get down in the 200-ish range, but I'm taking it slower this time. I could lose a lot faster, but I don't want to lose it that fast this time. So I want to lose it over the whole year kind of thing. Okay, let's see. So that's not for president, yeah. All right, let's back up here. Let's back up. Let's see. What's my taste in cars? Well, don't get me wrong. I like a good Camaro or a Dodge Challenger, you know, those kind of cars. But I kind of got off with a Chevy and Dodge in 09 when Obama bailed them all out. And they didn't bail Ford out. You know, Ford didn't need a bailout. So I've always been a Ford or a Chevy guy. I never did like the Dodges of any kind. I always liked Ford and Chevy pickups and cars and whatever. If I was to win the lottery tomorrow, the car I'd run right out to Barrett Jackson or one of those auctions. What's the other one? Meacham auction or Barrett Jackson. I go out there and I buy me a red 69 Mustang Mach 1, and probably try to find one with an everyday driver type with like a 351 Cleveland or something in it. But if I was, buy one just for display and put over in a barn somewhere and, keep it all prettied up and polished up, try to find one with like a 429 or something. But I just love the 69 Mach 1. It's my favorite car. I love that car. Modern cars, I like the new Mustangs, the new-ish Mustangs. I don't like the Mach E, electric Mustang. It's an SUV. Why they didn't just give it its own name, but no, they have to do Mustang. If I won the lottery, I would probably buy a Tesla Plaid just for shits and giggles. I don't have nothing against electric cars. I just think the electric car people are out of their freaking mind. They think everything's going to change in a couple years. It's going to take decades to change over to electric vehicles. For one, where are they going to get the electricity? But anyway, that's a whole other thing. Now, would I go buy a Tesla semi? No. Absolutely no. Would I buy any semi? No. If I won a big lottery, I wouldn't buy anything. Any semi at all, period. I would sell this place. I'd probably just give it away to somebody, this property. I'd just give it away to somebody. I've got people in mind. But I think I'd probably head to Montana and buy a big old spread up there and put a big, huge, one of those mansion log cabins on it. I think not crazy 10,000 square feet, but just 4,000 or 5,000 square foot, nice log cabin up on a mountain looking over a valley or something, So I think I'd do something like that. And then after that, I'd travel. I'd do lots and lots of traveling. I'd be going to, I'm going to go to Australia. When I go to New Zealand, I'd go over to Europe and, especially Britain and Scotland, go see the castles and stuff like that. Probably go to Paris and see that. Just so I can say I've seen the little pointy thing they got there in Paris. I would love to go places like the pyramids, the Great Pyramids and everything. But for some reason, it seems like Americans aren't too welcome in that part of the world. So I'd probably stay away from there. But I do a lot of traveling. I go see things, stuff that I've only seen on TV or in books and stuff. I want to actually go there and check it out. I might do something silly like buy a place out in Hawaii or someplace, so in the summer I can fly out to Hawaii and stay out there for 4 or 5 months, and then during the summer come back to Montana and set up on my mountain, overlooking patio overlooking a big valley, and smoke my pipe. Pretty simple, Sounds simple, But if I won that lottery, I'd be giving a lot of it away to friends and helping people out, and financing or investing in business ideas and stuff like that. I'd be doing a lot of that type. Philanthropy is too big of a word, but you get the idea. Minor philanthropy, That's if I win the big one. 500, 600, 800 billion, something like that. If I won a $20 million one, I'd have, scale it down a little bit. But anyway, still have a good time. But yeah, that started with cars. That'd be, like I said, Mustang Mach 1 would be my first favorite car. My uncle had one, and I loved that car. As a kid growing up, man, I loved that car. He wrapped around a telephone pole. And then he used the insurance money to buy a yellow 70 Mach 1, and he wrapped that around a telephone pole. That's my uncle. Yeah. Everybody's got that one uncle, right? Everybody's got that one person in their family that you just go, that's my uncle. Anyway, let's see. Other cars. I don't know. I think I buy a top of the line Ford pickup, a King Ranch or something like that, just decked out with everything. I got ideas, you know, that's going into a whole different thing. But anyway, 67 Chevelle, yeah, 60. I like 69. 69 seemed like they had the best cars that year. That was there just so many great cars came out in 69. I'll probably buy probably like a 63 split window Corvette, you know, things like that, you know, buy a brand new Corvette too. You know, just, you know, but that's lottery stuff, you know. Otherwise, I got my van. I'm happy with that. You know? I'm happy with that. I'd be giving the van away to somebody. Yes, you know, just, you know, I'd be doing that type of stuff. But anyway, you still have any friends from the convoy days? Yeah. I haven't talked to many of them lately. Let's see, the last one I talked to would be Mudpig. Mudpig's the last one I talked to, and that's been a few weeks ago. Mudpig is good. People were asking about him. He quit making videos and stuff. Well, he's concentrating on his new job. He sold his truck and went to work for a company, and he's working kind of regional hauling up there around the Pennsylvania, the northeast area, you know, northeast corner. Goes down into Virginia and up into New York and places like that. But anyway, so Mudpig's good. I told him he needs to make a video, let people know he's still around and still kicking. People were worrying about him. But he's still good. He's still good. I haven't talked to Joe in several months. Probably ought to give him a call someday. Gray Wolf, last talked to him about probably in December, I think, maybe. About December. Haven't talked to Marcus since probably June last year sometime. I'm trying to think who else. Talked to Trucker G, talked to him about 4 months ago, I guess. So it's been a little while. I probably ought to call in people and say, hey, you know, see what, Hobotech, Robotech, yeah. Hobotech, last time I talked to him was in Quartzsite, you know, hanging around. Once he goes back home, he's hard to get a hold of. He doesn't talk on the phone much. He does a lot of text messages and email type stuff. He doesn't talk on the phone very much. In Indonesia, we have a GM subsidiary called Holden. Yeah, I've heard of them down in Australia. Holdens are from Australia, I think. We got rebadged Chevelles with big V8s or inline sixes before Japanese cars came. Yeah. There you go, Kathy. It doesn't hurt to dream, yeah. Hawaii has volcanoes going up. No, just the main island. All the other islands, they're all dormant. You know, the main island's got the big volcano, but all the rest of them are they're all dormant. And Colorado is awesome. Yeah, Colorado's awesome except for their politics. I don't like their politics and shit. So visit Colorado, but I don't think I want to live there. It's pretty. It's pretty and everything. But Montana, I think Montana's prettier. Western Montana. Eastern Montana is just flat, open prairie, but Western Montana is real pretty. So. Joe is in Mexico at a funeral. Okay. G's are busy selling their G spices. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Molokai is a beautiful island. Yeah. So, all right, we'll run a few of these here. So, anyway, let's get to the bus and let's show you what we did, what I've got done there, and let's not run this video out forever. Just try to keep it a little bit shorter. Okay. So first things first, let's go see the hitch. We got the hitch in the back here. And I'm gonna have to bend this. There you go. There's the hitch. It's on. And it stands about knee high. Let's see here. I'm gonna put you over here. It stands about knee high. Okay. And then I've got this, but I think it's gonna drag it be too low. Way back in 2010 or 9 or 10, I had a Ford pickup, had a lift kit on it, and I had this for the receiver hitch. I think it's going to be just a little too low for the bus. It's going to be just a shade too low. So, you know, see, it's only only that high. So yeah, I think that I'm gonna have to get a different one of these. Either that or just steal the one off the van. So actually, I'll sit this back over here where it's close. So there's the hitch. Nothing much to talk about a hitch. It's just a hitch, but it's on there good. It's welded and bolted, and he bolted it on and then welded it in a whole bunch of different places too. So mainly the stuff is on the inside. So let's go in here, show you the inside. I've got the heater on. Like I said, it's chilly outside, 50 degrees outside. So I guess we'll sit you right there. Turn you around so I can see the screen. And down a little bit. Well, let's see here. Where's the thermometer? Let me go get the thermometer. Be right back. All right, outside in the shop, it's 52 degrees. That's 52 degrees outside. And the sofa is 64. I've only had it on for about a half hour. It's running for about a half hour, and it's warming it up in here slowly but surely. All right. Down here at the vent, the 174 degree air coming out of the vent is blowing in here. Right down here it's 75 degrees, 63, 66. Windows are 62, 64. The couch is 64, 64, 60. And it'll get warmer. Yeah, it'll eventually propagate throughout the whole bus and get nice and warm. All right, so we got the TV completely finished. Let's turn you around over here. And where's the light at? I got a light somewhere. Get a little bit more light in here. I got another light I got to install back toward the back. But got the TV in, it's on, it's mounted. This is all fully mounted and everything. This whole entertainment center is finished. I've got an outlet under there, an outlet under here, and an outlet right around the corner over here by the front door. Okay, and I can plug all the TV and all that kind of stuff in there. I'm probably going to I went and bought a Starlink, so I'm going to have Starlink for internet and everything. I'll probably just put the router right over here and then plug it in down underneath, okay? And maybe put it right over here to a little hole right here for the cord to go through, and get that all mounted and everything, and then run the cable out outside to their little antenna. And I got an idea on that. I'm going to put like a flagpole on the bus and magnetically mount it to the bus, and then the Starlink antenna, that big flat paddle looking thing, that'll be up on probably the front corner of the bus up here by the door, by the front window. Okay, right in this corner up in here. Okay, so TV's all done. Got the couch in. One of the things I still got to do is build the platform. The couch is just sitting on its own legs, just sitting in here. And driving it around, it stayed right where it's supposed to be. I'm surprised it figured it'd shift a little bit, and it didn't. It stayed exactly where it's supposed to be. Now, if I went around a corner too hard or something, I'm sure it would slide a little bit. I'm going to pick this thing up, probably put it outside, and build a frame underneath, and then take the legs off and set the couch right on top of the frame. And then, on the inside of the couch, let's put you over here. On the inside of the couch, I'm going to take these cushions off, and the springs down here, I'm going to gut that, okay? I'm going to put a board in there. That way I can take the cushions off, lift that board, and there'll be storage underneath the couch. Okay? All right. So that's already been done. I think you've already seen that. And what I want to show you, is the. There we go. Right there. Horseshoes. Horseshoe drawer slides. Look at that. Lots and lots of drawers. I got a stack of 5, bigger at the bottom, smaller at the top. I got some over here, a little bit narrower. I wanted to make them all the same exact size. Let me get down there with you. I wanted to make them all the same width and everything, just for simplicity. I knew when I put the sink in, I realized the sink's too wide, and if I built these drawers the same width as those, it'd be right up against the sink and everything. Wouldn't even, I decided better not do that. So I shortened these over a little bit and made them a little smaller. All right, this is my second round of drawers. The first round didn't come out very well, so I'm going to use those. I'm going to not tear them up, I'm going to reuse them in the shop when I rearrange the shop. But I got a door down here, you open up just like under your kitchen sink, okay? The hardware on here is kind of it's just steel, but it looks like cast iron, hinges and stuff, and it's painted black, so I painted the horseshoes black, just the same way as so it matches, okay? And then down here, let me get you closer here. Here's the sink. There's the heater, okay? So the heater just comes up through the floor, makes a 90-degree turn, comes through there, the kick plate, okay? And that's where the heater comes out. All right, and I've put the laser all around it. It's been running for about a half hour. It's at full temperature. Right there it's 175-degree air. The pipe back here is 168. But if you get right beside it, right here on the wood, 87-degree wood, there's 100-degree wood, 94. In other words, the wood's not getting so hot that it'll combust, okay? And then this is where you'd store all your, like, you know, just like in your house, you know, cleaning materials and stuff like that. Your Drano and your Windex and stuff. Oh, that's another thing. The water. I got to shorten you up here. Turn you around. There's the water heater. Okay. So basically, we've got the water coming in through hoses, comes up on the top, the red and the green, or red and the blue. The blue line is the cold water, and the red is the hot, of course. And the hot water, the water is always cold unless I turn this on. I'll have to turn that on and find its spot, the thermostat on here. This little thermostat down here. Come on. This little thermostat right down here on the bottom. It's completely off right now. But when I turn that on, I'll have to find a spot where the temperature's the right temperature. And what I'll do is, that will just stay where it's at. I'll close this up, and then up here, this switch right here, right there, that turns, no, I'm sorry, this switch. That switch, the power is not turned on right now. But I'll turn that switch on, that light comes on, it lets me know the water heater is working, it's turned on. And the only thing I really need hot water for is taking a shower. Okay, let me re-latch this. But all I really need the hot water for is for taking a shower. So when just day to day, when I do dishes or something, just cold water. It's just all of it's cold, and just use the water like that. I've got this hooked up to where when you turn it on, you got to turn it on that way to turn the water on. If you turn it this way, nothing comes out. Well, it drains, but but there's no pressurized water coming out. So you have to turn the water to the left, which would be the hot water. But if the water heater isn't turned on, the water's cold. So that's the only way it'll turn on, just this one side. And I don't have, the other side's just blocked off. And I put a cap on it. And so whenever I want hot water, which is about the only time I'm ever going to want hot water, is when I take a shower. So I'll come over here and I'll flip that switch on, and then I'll go get ready to take a shower. 15, 20 minutes later, the water's nice and hot at the temperature I want it, and I can go back here and take a shower. Shower is done. I'm going to make a better shower later on, but for now, this is a temporary shower and it'll work fine. Okay, let's go back and look at it. Oh, by the way, here's the other horseshoes, and this is this side over here. First three drawers are a single pull, and then the bottom drawers are a double pull. Now these drawers right here, individual, just a single drawer, okay? But this one here, when you pull this out, it's a huge deep drawer. That's where I can put, it's a double, two drawers into one, okay? And it's a place where I can put really large things like crock pots and big cookie sheets, whatever. That kind of stuff, okay? Anything large and big, I can stick down in there in that one big, really big drawer. So, what else? I still got to do the overheads. The overhead cabinets are going to come down and over like that. That's probably in a couple of weeks we'll do that one. But we got back here, we got water. We got water. Turn you around. You can see water all the way topped off. You see where the air bubble is around the edge right here? Is that helping any? There you go. You can see the water. This is that's an air bubble around the edge, and the water's actually touching the top of the tank there. All right. All right. Remember I said I had a leak? I had a leak. It was coming out, drip, 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 right down in this spot, right down in here. So I tightened it up, and it quit leaking. Then I come over to this side, it started leaking down in this corner right here. I'm like, doggone it, it's one of these fittings. So if you can see, right here is this fitting. Let me get you around there. Whoop, get you around there better. This fitting right here, they weld those in. You know, they drill a hole and then they weld them in. So there's a threaded fitting here, but there's a piece of plastic in here. If you want to use this, you have to cut that out. This one here, the smaller 3/4 inch size, they are already, you know, holes are already in. So I use this one. Water goes in at the bottom and air comes out at the top. Once it fills up, air goes up. It comes up through the wall, up through the top. This is the air vent, and it comes out right there. And the reason I had it come in here is if it overflows, it'll come out here and go into the shower. Here's your shower pan. Okay, so get the idea. Anyway, where are we at here? Turn around. So anyway, we're back in the very back of the bus now. I pulled the water tank out, and I'm looking at it, man, it's leaking. So we drain all the water back out, and I come back out here to the shop. And that was on Tuesday. On Tuesday, I come back out to the shop, and I'm frustrated. I'm like, doggone it. Now I got this leak, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll probably have to take that tank out. Maybe, you know, whatever. So I drained all the water. I parked it on a hill, so all the water drained out of the tanks, completely empty now. And because I didn't fill it up, I only had maybe 2 or 3 inches of water in there. It was leaking everywhere. Okay, so I know it's at the very bottom of the tank somewhere. So I took the straps out and I unhooked the hoses and the water lines, and they're PEX. You can release the PEX. Speaking of, I've got this thing I forgot about. This is the little PEX release thing. I'm gonna stick it over here so I don't lose it. But anyway, you take that and you pinch, and it's like, you know those Chinese finger torture things, you know? You put your fingers in, but you can't pull back out. PEX is kind of like that. Get out of here, fly. So anyway, I pulled those out, released those, got the tank loose, and pulled the tank out. I go outside, and I fill it with water from the van. I put some water in it, 2 or 3, 4 gallons, and I bring it into the shop and set it up on the table. And I'm sitting there looking at this fitting, thinking it's going to be leaking from this fitting. Well, it ain't. Well, I don't know. Ooh, all right, look at that big old puddle of water. Where'd that come from? It's way about in the mid part of the tank. I'm like, something's not right there. And I lift it up, and there's a little pinhole, little bitty pinhole, just enough for water to leak out, right in the edge of the tank. So I'll show you right here. It's right there. Right there. See that patch I put on there? So that's water right underneath that plastic there. It's water. Like I said, there's air around edges. Okay, so it's filled all the way to the top. So anyway, this was down at the bottom corner down there. Well, because of the way these fittings are, there's a 3/4 in the top left and a 3/4 in the bottom right. There's a 2 inch on the top right and a 2 inch down on the very bottom left. The 2 inches I've never opened them up, so they're sealed. Okay. So all I had to do is just take the tank out, rotate it upside down, and put the bottom that was back here. When you rotate it 180 degrees, now it's at the top. And I just put this piece of tape on there. It's I can't remember the name of the stuff. It's the tape you put on the roof of your RV to keep the things from leaking. And NASCAR calls it 100-mile-an-hour tape. It's real gooey. I want to say Durabond or something like that, but I can't remember the name of it. But it's real sticky, gooey. And I stuck it on there wondering, well, is that going to stick to the tank? Because the tank is made out of plastic like a milk jug. And a milk jug, you try to glue a milk jug or something, it won't stick, you know. I thought about putting epoxy glue, 2-part epoxy on there, but that would just break off probably. It's really hard to bond to that plastic. Well, that tape worked perfect. So I reached up, put it on the top, plugged it, put tape over it and everything, and it won't leak. But even though it's on the top, even where it sits right now, there's air on the other side of it. So it never will have a lot of pressure on it. And if it does leak, it's going to leak air most of the time. The only time water will be on there is when you fill it completely up. Well, when you're driving around the road and you're sloshing the tank around, okay, you can actually see that when I move the bus. So there's the water sloshing around. So anyway, we got that fixed. Pulled around, plugged everything back in. Everything's doing good. So I'm happy. Yay! Everything's good. So why is that? Well, I thought everything was happy. What in the world? I got me another leak. Surely not. What do I got here? Well, doggone it. So much for that idea. Where's this water coming from? I got to do some more looking. Figure out what's wrong here. Why am I leaking? Where's it coming from? Oh, there we go. Found it. It's one of those PEX lines. Let me do this in the sink. Got this PEX line over here was dripping. It's one of those you just push them together a little harder and they quit. So they're shark bites. I'm not real impressed with them. All the rest of them are doing good, just that one. Well, it's not leaking anymore, it's just water soaking out from under the wall. It's one of the good things about this floor that I have. It's pure vinyl. It can't go bad. As long as the water doesn't get underneath it, we're good. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. I think I got her quit leaking now, but I'm gonna have to keep a real sharp eye on that for the next little bit. Alright. So what else have I got done? Right there. The throne. Right here. Let me set you up. I'm sorry, folks. Dang camera, got to try to line it up for you and stuff. So here we go. We got the throne. All right. What I have for the throne. Oh, another thing is the shower curtains. They're held up with this and magnets. Steel roof magnets. Good strong magnets. So when you don't need the shower, let me show you here. So I know it's not very. It's real claustrophobic back here, isn't it? For the camera, anyway. See, that's when you're taking a shower. It's all the way out here. But when you're not taking a shower, you can take this and put that way over there. Put that over there, and it folds away out of the way. All right. And that way you can get to that, the throne. So what I've got here is, oh man, that's bad design. How am I going to get that up? I just put this in here just a little bit ago. I've had it out in the shop and everything. Well, that sucks. Y'all can go ahead and laugh at me now. How am I going to get that up? We'll take the shower stall out of the way, lift that up. But anyway, we got media in here, sawdust. It's cedar shavings. Okay, I've got your what do you call it? Disinfectant spray. Got medium trash bags. Okay, they're 8-gallon trash bags, and I've got some white vinegar, and this is white vinegar solution. It's a 25 or 1 to 3, so 25% vinegar solution. And then here's the toilet. Okay, so the way it works is there's your toilet, and then you've got a funnel up front. Okay, so when you tinkle, it goes into the funnel. It goes down into a catch jug. Okay, got a 1-gallon jug down there, and that funnel. Here's the top of the jug. Here's the top of the jug, and the funnel goes down. It just lines up perfect with it. Okay, so when you close this lid, it lines up. It lines up with the urine catchment. Okay, it's like 1-gallon jug. Okay, and then the back is a 5-gallon jug, a 5-gallon bucket, and with that plastic trash can liner. So when you get ready to use it, you grab a handful. You got to move it out of the way of that for now. I got to figure something out. I'm gonna have to rethink this. But you grab a handful of this, throw it down in there. You do your business. Grab another handful and put it on top. And then when every time you use it, just put another handful of media on top, and it absorbs the moisture out of the number 2. Okay. I got to figure something out. I'll probably take that box off, because all that is the box for the backdoor buzzer, and you don't have to have that unless you have school kids in here. So that's what I'll probably do, is take that box off, and then I'll be able to lift this up. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much it. Bus is coming along. I'm gonna have to watch that leak, make sure it doesn't keep leaking. Nothing's leaking right now, so we're good there. Go back out. Like I said, got the refrigerator right over here. Got door latches. Let's see if you can see that. There's door latches right here. And when you want to open the fridge, you push in right here, and it releases the latch, and you pull it open. So just one-handed, like that. Okay? Just one-handed, push it in and pull it out. Okay? And the refrigerator's the same way. Okay? So, like I say, it's starting to get warm in here. I'm going to turn that heater down a little bit. Where's the thermometer at? 69. I got my coats on and everything. It's actually warm here. The reason I'm heating it up in here is I'm going to do a lot of painting back here this afternoon. That whole bathroom, bedroom area, the closets and all that, it's all going to get painted. I'm going to put different colors here. White inside the closets, and then the walls in the bedroom are going to be slightly, these two colors here, the chocolate brown and a kind of I don't know, salmon brown. I don't know what color would that be. What the name of it is. So, all right, so that's all I've gotten done on here in the last week, but it's all good progress. I'm feeling better about it. Like I said, there was times I only get this much done, Man, it's just taking forever. It's just taking forever. Let me see what color that is. That color. And the darker color is leatherwork. So the color of the paint around the TV is called leatherwork. It's about the same color as milk chocolate at the what was the name of the all-you-can-eat buffet steakhouse? Forget the name of it. But the buffet steakhouse and everything, you go in there and they had that fountain with the chocolate pouring out like a volcano of chocolate pouring down. And you want something, you just stick you get a pretzel or something and you stick it in the chocolate. What do they call that little chocolate fountain, I guess? It's the same color as that. When I was painting it, I'm like, man, that looks good. I want to taste it. You know, I do it. But, you know, it looks just like milk chocolate, you know, liquid milk chocolate. And so anyway, I was painting that on, and then the lighter color that's on the drawers, in front of the drawers, that's called poncho, or poncho. Leatherwork and poncho. And they're in the same category as far as they were like, I found the dark one, I liked that one, and I just went up like 2 shades lighter and got the poncho. So anyway, that is the bus. And like I said, I'm gonna paint today, and that'll, once I get that all painted back where I want, that'll be time to start doing wood trim back in the bedroom and everything, and then eventually around the front windows in the living room. I think I'm gonna go with oak, but I'm not sure. I might go with a cheaper wood and just paint it that leather working or that poncho color. I have to go down and look. Prices of wood are just crazy right now. And I go down there and look at, well, I want to do this in oak, and I'm like, oh my gosh, no, I don't. So as far as between the kitchen and the closets and the bedroom area, no door. It's going to hang a curtain. We've already got the curtain bought, and it's a little too long. So Pam took it home, and she's going to lay it out on the table and cut it with a pair of scissors and then fold it over and stitch it, you know. And she was going to use something called Wonder Under, some kind of heat activated glue strip, I think, and put that under there, and you just fold it over and put your iron on there, and you fold you iron it. And anyway, I think that's what she's going to do with that. And we got the curtains, and the curtains, they're ready-made curtains she bought off of Amazon, and they're like a burlap looking cloth. That's kind of what they look like. Got them over here somewhere. VHC brands. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. That's what they're going to look like. They're just like they're the size for like a kitchen window, which just happens to be the right size for these bus windows. So you shouldn't have to sew them or do anything. But the cloth, see, it's kind of like a burlap. And when you hold it up to the light, you can kind of see through it. I mean, you can see the light through it, but you can't. It's good for a shade. And then, depending on how that works, we'll probably make another set of curtains that are blackout curtains, you know, and put behind there, so you can pull either one of them, you know. And I'm going to hang those on a piece of copper tubing, like a 1/2-inch copper tube, and make mounts. You know, I'll make my own wood mounts, and then just put the curtain on there and just hang it on that mount, right up close to the window. And that'll be up the 3 windows, up 1, 2, and 3 right here in the living room area. As far as the front window and the driver's door and driver's window and everything, as far as all those, I've got some black cloth that I'm just going to hang. It's blackout, so you won't be able to see through it. So the idea is once you get parked, you put that up and you're done. You don't have to touch it again. But the other curtains are, you know, you can open and close them with the breeze and stuff and all that. So anyway, it's all good, right? And how long is this? Already an hour. My Lord. It's already an hour past. Can't believe that. Let me read a few of these. Yeah, lots of brown and tan. Need a pop of color. Yeah, I was just going to pretty much make it all white, so the brown and the tan are the colors. Might put some kind of a, I don't know, just, you know, pictures on the wall or something like that. You put color that way, you know. But I'm kind of going for a. I'm looking for a Western theme, you know, the horseshoes and stuff. That's why I'm doing the horseshoe drawer pulls and everything. Just kind of want that, you know, Western thought about it, you know. Anything I'm going to put on the walls, hopefully it'll be some kind of I don't know, pictures of cowboys or cattle or horses or something. I don't know. But, and I'm not an interior decorator, so, you know, just I do the best I can on this stuff. I've asked Pam, she was, you know, going to be doing all the interior decorating type stuff, and she's done a little bit here, kind of picked up some color schemes and stuff like that. Pops of black accent things, the wife said. Okay, like where the drawer handles and stuff like that are black. The refrigerator's black. The front window curtains will be black. So. Red bandana pillows on the couch would look good. Okay, there you go. Yeah, but yeah, that wood and leather look. There you go, Don. That's kind of what I'm going. Wood and leather, you know, which is a Western theme or cowboy type theme. I don't want it to look like a schoolie. Okay. I don't want the cops pulling me over thinking, how much marijuana has this guy got in the van or in the bus? You know, I don't want it to look like, you know, the 69 Woodstock Peace Wagon. I don't want that look, you know, no tie-dye, none of that crap. I'm going to be painting flower murals on the side of it or nothing. I've been thinking real hard about the outside paint, which will be coming next year. I won't be doing the paint for quite some time until I actually make money up there in Wisconsin and everything. But I'm thinking I was going to do white, you know, white roof and then white sides. Everything where it's white right now is white, and then these two stripes come down, blue stripes is what I was kind of thinking, and either a dark blue and a light blue, or both of them the same color blue, but then have the right here make it to where you can tell one is going over the top of the other, you know, with some different trim. I got ideas on that. But anyway, so white with blue stripes. But then I saw a bus on a video, on a YouTube video that I really liked. I thought would look classy, look sharp, look clean and sharp, and not gaudy, just, I don't know, kind of understated in a way. But the roof would still be white. Of course, the solar panels on top are black, and then you'd have the white roof, you know, the painted roof that I have for the reflective. But then the whole thing's silver, and then just highlight it with a little bit of black, you know, a little bit of black stripe here, black around the windows, maybe a stripe down along the bottom somewhere, but majority silver, like a Mercedes silver, okay? So I'm thinking kind of like that. That way it's just a white and black, and it's any color, and then on the inside is where the pretty type stuff is, you know, the wood and the leather and all that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of thinking that, so I don't know. But the more I think about it, I will probably pay a painter to paint it properly, because outside paint, I'd probably mess it up, and a year later it'd start peeling off or something. So I'd probably do it wrong, you know. So what I'll probably do is, when I decide to do the paint, I'll probably take a lot of the stuff off, like the mirrors and the lights and all that kind of stuff, and get everything pulled off, do a lot of the manual labor to get it ready, and then drive it over there. I know, with no lights. Leave the tail lights and stuff on it, but, you know, drive it over there and then finish taking the rest of that off, and then they can sand it down and prep it and paint it properly. I've got a good painter. He painted my semi for me one year, and he does a really good job. He's one of the best. What I've heard, he's one of the best painters in the area for semis and stuff like that. You know, so I think I might go over doing that, and I'm sure that'll be probably a $10,000 job. So we'll see. I'm still thinking about it on that. I'm just kind of, what should I do there? And my friend Rick in the Bluebird, that blue bus out there in Arizona, he's down in Thailand right now, but he's probably watching this going, oh no, paint it yourself. You do it so you can do it. No, I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to. That's for another day. That's a year down the road before I actually do any of that. I want to get the whole thing up and running and ready to go and living in it and that kind of thing first. So, what else we got here? Anything else? Thumbs up for freedom. There you go. Captain Kirk. Yeah, Homer. Okay, that's probably Catherine. I think the Harbor Blue would be great on your striped, a dark blue standout. White with the blue stripe. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. That's what I first thought because I like blue. I like the color blue. It's like the semi, white with the blue stripes. And that's another thing. If I painted it white with the blue stripes, it would harken back to the semi I just sold. So, maybe there. I don't know. Go with your gut. Do what you want. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I gotta kind of have to keep somebody else happy though. I can't paint it purple. she'd come unglued if I painted it purple. So, black and gray stripe would look good. Well, no, gray with a black stripe. I don't want black because it'll soak up too much sun. Just a little highlight black here and there won't be that bad, but I don't want the whole bus black. Turquoise, there you go. Have I ever been to Rhode Island? I've been everywhere. Except Hawaii. Hawaii is the only place I haven't been. And maybe someday. Maybe if I win that lottery, I'll buy a house out there. What do you think? Jan Bray, you can add blackout material to the curtain, even speed so goop it. I'm not quite sure what all that means, but I'm sure Pam does. So she's in charge of the curtains. She's the one that bought them and picked them out and everything, and she kind of helped pick the colors and stuff like that. We had 2 colors picked out, and I painted them in there, and they didn't look good. So we went back down and got 2 different colors. Now the 2 gallons of different colors, I painted that cabinet area where the TV is, and I didn't like the color of it all. It was too much. It had a brownness to it, but it was really grayish brown. I didn't like it at all. So I will probably use that painting cabinets here in the shop after I clean the shop up, and I'm going to paint the walls and get the ceiling sprayed, spray foam on the ceiling and everything, and get that all done. That's all after the bus is done. That's the next project, is working on this shop and getting it a little bit nicer, a little bit better organized. So, all right, so it's a little over an hour. I had the idea I was going to do a 30-minute video today. It just never ceases. Always goes too long. I talk too much, I guess. But anyway, so that's it. You're updated on the bus and what's been going on around here. And I'll probably get back with you next week sometime, okay? So for today, I'm going to paint the bedroom area. I'm going to paint the walls in there. I'm going to paint the closet area. I'm going to paint that white. All the white paint that I have is a high gloss, and it's a Dura paint, where it doesn't nick, and if you get a scar on it, or they advertise it for people who have kids that put crayon on the wall. You can wipe the crayon off. It's one of those durable type paints, or wipe off paints, or whatever. So I'm going to put that, but also in the closet like that, you paint it white, it lights up easier. You can see it better, So see what you're looking at. If you paint it dark, you're in there in the darkness trying to hunt around for stuff. So I want to keep a lot of white in there to reflect light, okay? But I want a little bit of color just to, make it not look like, in a insane asylum. All right, so I guess that's it. I got me a box. And it's going to be a video here in probably a week or 2. About a month ago, company that I've dealt with before, they reached out to me and said, hey, we got a new product for you. No, it's not a flashlight. You remember Landmoto? They made that night vision camera system that I had in the semi, and I was down there testing all that out. And it worked great. Really, lights up at night. You can see really well and everything. My biggest problem with it was the field of vision was way too narrow. And for a dash cam, you want it really wide, so people, a really wide angle. You don't care what's a mile down the road, you care what's right around you. If a car comes over and hits you, you can prove who hit who, what happened, dash cam. And that one here, it was really good for night vision, driving and stuff. It was really worked good for that. But the field of view was way too narrow. It's like a 45-degree angle. Well, they came out with a new one here, and this is not the review. I'm just showing you what I'm going to be getting. They sent me this, Landmoto D1, okay? And you can go on to their website, landmoto.com, and look it up, and it's Landmoto D1. It's a 4K 3-channel dash cam, okay? And this is the one they sent me is the top of the line, all 3 cameras. And I'll get into all that when I do the review, okay? But it's got a much wider field of view. I've looked into it. I haven't really opened it, got in. I pulled the plastic off ready, just like threw it away. It's got all the different things. It's the best package they have with all the extra cables and stuff like that in here. So I'm going to do a review on that here in the next week or so, and I've got real high hopes for this, because if this thing is wide angle like a good dash cam should be, but it's also that night vision, which it claims to be, this should be a really good camera. So I'm really looking forward to this thing. So anyway, we'll do that next time, or sometime next week. I got to make video of it and do it at night and all that kind of, put it in the van and drive around with it and that kind of stuff. And so it'll take me a little bit to put that video together. So that's something else I'm going to be doing in the next week or so. All right. So with that, y'all be good. Take care. We will see you next time, sometime next, same bat time, same bat channel. What they said on Batman. Anyway, y'all be good. Take care. Adios.